I've been a licensed real estate agent for about 7 months.
Okay.
All of which has been spent here.
Right. And how old are you?
I'm 19.
That's the reason we're here. What led you here? What happened that led you into real estate?
My parents have been fairly involved in real estate, not licensed per se, but
Yeah.
you know, buying and selling, investing, rental properties, property management.
Okay.
And I mean, and then I was presented with the opportunity. You know, I was enrolled at OU and had the option to go to college, and I was kind of presented with this opportunity and figured put college on the back burner for a little while and maybe see what avenue this would take me down. And I kind of got into it, and I looked at real estate school as kind of an education. Whether or not I use it or not, it'll be useful in the long run. So I got involved, or I got into real estate school and graduated in January 29th was my hire-on date here, or I guess when my license became active. And so I kind of didn't really know how it was going to go, if I was going to even make any money, or if it was a smart decision. Like I said, the education would be good no matter what I did, so I was kind of at a win already. Kind of hit the ground running. Put together several deals, within my first month. Paid for all my schooling back that I had, invested into, all the technology that I had to get, laptops, computers, and signs, lock boxes. So I mean, I was broke even almost my first month, which was awesome. It's kind of been steady like that ever since.
And what's maybe the biggest lesson you've learned on the ground, since you've gone to work here?
Being able to adapt, think quickly on your feet. Not everyone is the same, so when you meet someone new, you kind of have to figure out, what they're about and how to approach their situation. Because the main thing is earning their trust. So I mean, everybody's different. So it depends on what you're going to say to them, how you break the ice. Keeping that communication, building that relationship. That plays into anything though, not just real estate. Friendships, in anything, all forms of business really. But just being able to click with that person, and it's not something you can have like a preset line that you just go through and you say the same thing to everybody that you meet, because I found it more beneficial to kind of size up the person. What they drive, what they wear, how they look. You can kind of bond with them a lot easier.
From the time I was probably 11 or 12 is when I really knew that I wanted to be a realtor. I would always be with my grandparents when I was younger in the summers, and they did a lot of buying and selling down in Lawton. And their realtor kind of inspired me. She was always real sweet, real kind, just treated me like a little adult. That really is when I knew. I mean, that's truly when I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I finally made the plunge when I was a junior in high school to get started, and from that point on, here I am. It was a wild ride being in real estate school while in high school, because everybody's middle-aged usually, or coming out of doing this first, second career.
Since you've gotten into the business and you're really in the mix of it now, I mean, what's the one? Is there one or two things that have made you realize this is actually what you wanted to do? No regrets, no looking back.
When I get to the closing table and I see people's smiles, and I get the hug before we all leave, and I break up with my clients. It makes me so sad, but yeah, I mean, truly, that's the best part, is whenever I sit there and they just say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And when they tell me we couldn't have done this without you. I mean, it's a huge deal to buy or sell a house. I mean, when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and to trust someone as young as me is a huge, 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 I don't know how you would say it. For society, it's probably a huge scare. I mean, you know what I mean? You're dealing with their biggest financial asset. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that would definitely be the highest point, would be the end.